All right, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Myra from Low Carb Love. Now, most of you know I've lost over 100 pounds. So today I want to share with you 3 5-minute meals. I feel like a lot of times we are super busy. We're just trying to get like enough protein. We're trying to stick to low carb. We're trying to like not go off track. And I feel like a lot of times we're just like, it's almost overwhelming to like try and eat right. So I wanted to show you some ideas that are super, super easy. They're high protein and still super, super delicious, okay? I'm just gonna get started with the first one here. I have everything laid out. It's basically just some lettuce, cucumber. I mean, you can throw in whatever you want, omit whatever you don't like. But overall, this is like think of like a Jersey Mike's sub in a tub, but we're just making it, yeah, I guess in a bowl. And I'm making an individual size. A lot of times when I make this salad, I make it huge just because I like to share with everyone. But I wanna show you just like how easy it is to put something together just for yourself, you know? So we have Havarti cheese, and then we have some organic turkey breast. I want a little bit of crunch, so I'm gonna do this, tomatoes, and then for the dressing, I have some little concoction here with like rice wine vinegar, some olive oil, a little salt and pepper, and I do like a little creamy component, so I will show you how I make that happen. But let's go ahead and get our lettuce. We're just gonna do a rough chop, and you're gonna see how this literally takes less than 5 minutes. I'm doing a 5-minute mark just because I feel like it's more realistic, but this literally takes less than 5 minutes. You get your lettuce, throw that baby in there, okay? And I like Persian cucumbers. You can use whichever cucumbers you like. I just feel like they're sweeter, they're yummy. I use these a lot, like instead of chips. This is a great substitute, like if you like to do guac and salsa, if you like to do like hummus, because they're so crunchy, and then they have just like a very neutral, yummy taste. I like to add a good amount so that it like gives me bulk, see? So this is like a very well-balanced meal. You have your proteins, you have your fats, you have your carbs. They are complex carbs, but you do definitely have them. Boom, boom, boom. Very fresh, very nice. And now we're gonna get some cheese. You can do provolone. I feel like provolone is a really good cheese for this salad. I don't wanna be skimpy, so we're gonna do 2 full cheese slices. Okay, and I do want a good amount of protein because obviously I want to stay full. So now I'm just going to kind of cut the cheese, cut the cheese and the turkey together. Okay, put that right on top. We're going to do some pepperoncinis. And this is optional, but if you like the pepperoncinis, then this adds like a really nice touch to the salad. And I usually just kind of drizzle everything on here because at Jersey Mike's, they do the red wine vinegar, then they do like a little drizzle of olive oil. But I personally like my dressing creamy. So I'm gonna do a little bit of some avocado mayo. And I'm gonna do the red wine vinegar. You don't need the oil because I already did a little bit of the mayo, but give it a good little mix. Okay, and now just kind of pour it all over. And that's gonna give it like a nice little creamy component. Do a little extra vinegar. And can't forget the salt and pepper. And there you have it. This is like a Jersey Mike's sub in a tub. You have your proteins, your carbs, your fats. It's gonna keep you nice and full. It is a really good sized salad, as you can tell. I will literally, like, this is something I definitely have like for lunch or even a dinner. I feel like it's light enough to have for dinner and it's heavy enough for lunch that's gonna keep me nice and full for hours. So this is an idea that you might want to jot down and definitely give it a try because it is 100% worth it. All right, so we're gonna move on to our next recipe. Oh my gosh, look at this. Tell me this does not look prettier than like a lot of coffee shop coffees. I have literally perfected my coffee, and my cream is gut friendly because I use the Armour colostrum. I'm actually really happy to be working with them because I have been using the Armor Colostrum for years, and it's just great for your gut health. If you are on a gut health journey, if you're someone who's really trying to focus on your gut barrier, Armor Colostrum is absolutely amazing. Our gut barrier regenerates itself every 2 weeks. So you have every day is a new day to really focus on your gut. And 70% of our immune system stems from our gut. So if you're having issues with your hair, with your skin, with your digestion, it all stems from your gut health. So I love that I'm able to drink my coffee while making a gut healthy creamer. I do 4 scoops of my Armor Colostrum. I do a little bit of like lactose-free milk or almond milk, depends on what my mood is. Then I just put it into my frother. It makes it nice and creamy. It literally just changes the game for me personally, and it's something that I enjoy so much. On top of that, I'm getting over 400 bioactive nutrients. It's great for my hair, skin, nails. It just has so many benefits, and it's flavorless. Like, it has no flavor. It literally just tastes like I'm having a delicious coffee. And colostrum is the first thing that we consume as human beings, but through technology, now we're able to reap all the benefits through one little scoop. And this is the only colostrum to use cold chain biopotent technology pasteurization. So if you're wondering like about the benefits, what have I actually noticed? I will say my hair, my skin, my nails, even my brows, like my brows have thickened up. My hair, it literally, every time I go get my hair done, they cut about 4 inches off. It's crazy. Like, there are so many benefits from colostrum. It's just that Armor Colostrum is the best. It's literally the cleanest, and it's the one I've been using for years. So I'll leave that linked in the description below for you. You can actually get 15% off using Low Carb Love, or you can type in armra.com/low carb love 15. That's armra.com/low carb love 15. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to our Mediterranean cottage cheese bowl. This is one of my favorites because it is, remember I said 5 minutes, but this literally takes like 2 minutes. You're gonna need some cottage cheese. And if you're not a big fan of cottage cheese, I get it. I used to hate cottage cheese myself, but I don't know. It's kind of grown on me, and it definitely has to do with what you pair with it. Like, if you wanna eat it by itself, like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm just not a cottage cheese person like that. But you grab your bowl. We're gonna start off with a bed of cottage cheese. And you can do about half a container. You can do, full container. This has so much protein in it, okay? 14 grams of protein per half cup. And it only has 80 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 3 carbs. It's just, I don't know. I make desserts with it now. I put it in, I blend it, make dressings. Like, you can do so much with cottage cheese. And I feel like a lot of times people still have this like, ew, it's cottage cheese. Like, no. You have to try it. I'm telling you, it is so good if you haven't already. So we have a bed of cottage cheese. Now we have our cucumber. Boom. And this is gonna add crunch. It's gonna add bulk. These bowls, these meals that I'm showing you, they literally make me feel so full. So we have our little cucumbers. Now let's go ahead and go in with our cherry tomatoes. This is what literally takes the longest, is like if you want your veggies chopped. But this idea is great. You can throw in tomato, you can do onion, you can throw in whatever. If you have like leftover steak, like whatever you have on hand, you can still throw it on top, but you actually don't need it because the cottage cheese is loaded with protein. And then I just place the tomatoes here in the middle. And then we're also gonna do some olives. And if you don't like olives, don't use them. You can also use Kalamata olives. You can use like whatever type of olives you like. Fun fact is I used to hate olives, okay? And now I literally eat them from the can. Okay, so we have that. I'm gonna have a little bit of feta. Literally, this is like 2 minutes in, and boom, you have this little bowl going here. That looks beautiful already. So these are definitely great options if you're on a weight loss journey, if you're trying to stay on track, you're trying to learn healthy foods. I also have a meal plan that I will leave linked in the description below. I show you, basically walk you through everything, show you exactly what to eat, when to eat it. If you're into like intermittent fasting, desserts, all of that, how to navigate through it. So if you're kind of lost in your weight loss journey, or you're just trying to maybe get over a plateau, or even just get started, then make sure you grab that, because I just do everything step by step for you. So now we're gonna go in with a drizzle of olive oil. That gives it a really nice mouthfeel. Okay, and then we do a little drizzle of balsamic. That's gonna give it a touch, like just like a little hint of sweetness. And finish it off with some oregano. A little oregano, and look at that. I'm telling you, this right here, you can't go wrong. Full of protein, it's low in calories, super nourishing, and it's gonna keep you full for hours, and that is what's important, honestly. Okay, so now we're moving on to a little breakfast. I feel like sometimes we don't have breakfast because we feel like it just takes too long, super time consuming in the morning. So I'm gonna show you how to make a very quick little breakfast omelet, okay? So all I do, toss in 2 eggs. Oh, that little guy was not supposed to go in there. Then we do mushrooms, and you can add whatever you like, you know. If you don't like any of these veggies, just use the ones that you do. I love mushrooms because it adds bulk, it adds flavor. And I love having like a lot of veggies in my omelet because it's bigger, you know? We have some red bell peppers. Then we have chopped spinach. And then we're gonna do a little bit of salt and pepper. And we're gonna just mix this in as well. I was gonna do it on top, but we're not making it stovetop, so. And a little bit of cheese. It's just like a little Mexican blend cheese. And let's give it a good mix. You can make this in the air fryer. You could obviously make this stovetop, but the hack for this is make it in the microwave. And that is the extent. Sometimes I add a tiny bit, like a little dash of milk, but here, I guess we can. I'll add a little dash. And it just kind of makes it a little fluffier, not so dense. Okay, and this is what it looks like. We're going in for 1 minute, then I'll kind of show you the process. Okay, so I ended up cooking this bad boy for 3 minutes. I probably went like 3.5 minutes. The only thing is you want to start off with 1 minute increments because all microwaves are different. And this one here is still nice and moist. It's not dry. A lot of times that's the problem when you microwave things is they get really dry. But the first time you make this, you just want to make sure you get that right timing. And then from there on, boom, you already know, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes. And then you have your omelet where you literally throw everything in, put it in the microwave while you go finish getting dressed, you come out and it's ready to go. So a proper omelet needs to be folded over, just like that. So there is our omelet. Now, still need to add some healthy fats. I feel like avocado always keeps me nice and full, so I always like adding it to my omelets. Even like if I make an egg scramble, anything like that, I usually add it. You already know we gotta have that Mexican salsita. But there you go, look at that. An omelet in less than 5 minutes. Nice and moist, they're not dry, you have your healthy fats, you have like a combination of your veggies and protein and fats. It's like a very well-balanced meal, and you can make it while you're getting dressed, while you're doing your makeup, while you're doing your hair. Literally come down, boom, 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 scramble that thing, throw it in the microwave, and you have a quick breakfast that is loaded with protein and is gonna actually keep you full for hours. So that was my point with this video. I feel like a lot of times, I always feel like people struggle with like really easy meals because they're like, Myra, I'm so busy, like I'm literally get home from work, I don't know what to cook, I don't want to eat junk, I don't want to stop and like get takeout. What can I make? So I'm like, okay, let's start off with these 3. I feel like these are just very easy. Literally in 5 minutes, you will have a meal in front of you to eat. So they're gonna keep you on track, they're budget friendly, and they're loaded with protein, which for me personally is one of the most important things when I'm making a meal. So I hope this was helpful. Remember, I do have my meal plan that walks you through not only the entire process of like a weight loss journey, but I also have a lot of recipes on there that could be really, really helpful on top of desserts, drinks, things that we're like just used to having before starting a weight loss journey. So I just modify things so that we still get to enjoy those things while we stay on track and still see the results that we actually want. So that will be linked in the description below for you. But guys, please share this video with friends and family, whether they're on a weight loss journey or maybe they're even just trying to make healthier choices in their life. Things like this could be really, really helpful. But thank you so much for being here. I love you, and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.